Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Man, have we done a lot of upgrading. We've given the base interior and exterior some shiny new upgrades, even added a new floor housing some redstone contraptions. We've given the colony's buildings several upgrades, well, at least to level 3, and placed down some more housing to give our population a much needed upgrade. And I've even given myself a shiny new netherite upgrade, as well as gain quite a bit of experience. Yeah, the old furnaces sure held quite a bit of experience. But that's enough upgrading. Let's start expanding. Today we make a start on the agricultural side of things. We've already had a look at the farming builds which we'll need to construct, and we'll find a home for those buildings soon enough. But what I want to look into in the meantime is the herder platform. This is a tropical style only build, which I think is going to be incredibly interesting, because on the face of it, it just looks like a pentagram field, but on closer inspection, you can see that this is where all of the husbandry buildings are then going to sit in at. So basically all we need to do is place down this herder platform and then construct all of the husbandry builds on top of it, saving quite a bit of real estate. And we are just simply going to set that field just straight off from the university in this area here. Looks okay placement to me, so let's go ahead with it. Partially outside the colony. Not anymore, it's not, so let's go ahead with that. And I think this is going to be a very interesting building to get up. Well, eventually get up. As for our farm builds, every farm can hold 5 fields for 5 different crops each. So we're going to require at least 2 farms to grow all of the different crops that these idiots are going to need. And actually we may need even more farms because I forgot about all of the new crops that have been added. We'll maybe just stick to 2 farms to begin with. We will build more farms should it come to it, but I think at the moment 10 fields at level 5 will be more than enough to fulfill all of our crop needs. Well, that's a few husbandry builds, as well as horticulture ones from our farms. What else do we need to place down? A composter's hut, plantation and flower shop, and apiary. And I think that then about does it, apart from plantation fields, which we'll need to leave for the moment. Seeing as I think the plantations are going to get a bit wild, I can't remember how many fields they can have each, but we may need several plantations. Well, out of all those new builds, we can't construct the composter's hut, or the flower shop, or indeed the plantation build, not without first getting up a few farms and then levelling them up. So the only other agricultural building that we can construct will be the apiary, which of course is going to require 1 beehive. We'll go looking for some bees in a moment. What are these idiots currently getting up to? Elspeth, a new builder, they're both new by the way, is requesting in a block of copper and some bookshelves. They are upgrading a courier's hut within the warehouse, and those are simple enough, I will deal with that. Sung Yevo, very Scottish name, is upgrading a house to level 3 at the moment. Sung Yevo? Not a clue how you say that name, but the colony is pretty much handling all of her requests, so I'll just deal with Elspeth's requests, which will be simple enough, although I am quickly going to require some green dye just so that we can make some green wool up, so we'll need to wait a bit on getting the green dye. Right, let's go find some bees. Oh no, must resist. Damn, look at that view though. And look what I've just come across. A goddess statue just out in the middle of nowhere. Villages my ass. Oh no f***ing way. A hamster. A wild hamster. Oh holy crap. Oh, how do we bring you back? Wild hamsters. Oh holy crap. Bees be damned. We now have hamsters. The hamster just ate the boat. Oh, that's even better. Well, welcome back then, hamster. Let's go get your name, and I'll then need to head back out and find some bees. Well, long story short, we found a bee nest, as well as a rogue bee and a ferret. For reference sake, the hamster is called Snack, and the ferret is called Fluff. Right, let's see if I can set this up without screwing it up too much. We do have 5 honey within it, and simple enough. I may remove the bee nest and we'll give it to the apiary once we get it up. On the topic of the apiary, here it is at level 5. A very simple, beautiful build with only one entrance and exit into it. And I think we'll set the apiary just to the side here, opposite the farms. Well, that's me now done all of the work that I need to do. It's time for these idiots to get into action, of which Elspeth has a light blue carpet request. We do still have quite a few work orders on the list here at the moment. A lot of upgrading of couriers to level 2 and 3. I think what I'll do is just cancel the ones they haven't started. In fact, screw it, I've cancelled all of the builds apart from these new agricultural ones, of which Elspeth has picked up a farm build, which doesn't look too difficult to construct, as has Sungyevo, although they haven't actually picked it up yet. Maybe I might be in time then to cancel that, and hopefully they'll move on to that herder platform, which indeed they have, and we're going to need to supply them with all of these different huts here. The chicken farmer's hut only requires an egg, the shepherd's hut only requires a pair of shears, the swineherder's hut requires a piece of raw pork, with the cowhand requiring a piece of raw beef. It's just the rabbit hut going to cause a bit of issue, requiring in a piece of raw rabbit, although in saying that, for reasons unknown to me, this pirate ship to the back has rabbits on it, as well as slimes, so the raw rabbit won't be too much of a difficulty, I think. And our first proper request for these new buildings, a field for Elspeth, which we could craft here simple enough. All we require is a pumpkin or a hay bale, but seeing as we have these buildings up anyway, I may as well make them useful and teach them the field recipe. I've just seen for the herder platform that we're going to require in quite a lot of dirt, of which the colony can't craft their own dirt yet. I think we need a composter up for that. So at some point then, I'll need to head out and grab up a few pieces of dirt. I think that slime is trying to attack the builder. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I may need to do something about that, but I think she's okay for now. Unless she goes onto that ship. Oh, she's deconstructing that ship actually. Is this boundary overtaking the ship? Yes, it is. Right, I didn't really take that into account. I should probably go save some of those rabbits, and I have just the ship to do so. Alrighty then, rabbits. Oh no, the ferret's killing them all. Okay, well, that was a bloody disaster. Thank you very much, Fluff, but why don't you just stay in the boat? I do see a few more rabbits over here. I have no idea why these things have all spawned in. Right, rabbits, without killing yourselves, please take your time and come onto the boat. Fluff, leave them be. And that is absolutely awesome. Now Fluff is in control. Although I will need to take the helm here, Fluff, so you become a passenger. Let's get the remaining rabbits way to safety. Or they could all just simply die on the boat. That's equally what I want. This has been a weird episode here today. A short while later, and we have stopped destroying the boat, and we now have up all of the stilts for the foundations. Elspeth is getting on just slightly better with the farm build, until she decides to get herself stuck under it. And we are 45% done with the build, as you can see, just placing in the dirt for the field. Both builders do pretty much have everything in for their builds, apart from Sungyevo, who is requesting in an additional hut for each of these husbandry builds. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. but at least we are now getting down some proper platform foundations. And this is the reason as to why all of our idiots ended up drowning themselves. Perfectly good roads, but no, we like going into the water. And there's all of that very difficult grass and dirt that we had to collect now going in. Although I'm not sure why she's placing down dirt beside grass, because yeah, it's just going to disappear. Elspeth is pretty much done with constructing the farm, just doing a bit of water sorting at the moment. And Sungyevo is coming up to 60% completion with the herder platform. I think as long as I keep Fluff away from the rest of the rabbits, we should be able to cross over and bring a few of them in for the rabbit hutch once we get it up. We already have sheep on the platform too, so those are easy enough to bring over. So then it's just cows, pigs and chickens we then need to deal with, which we will once we get up these buildings. And there's Sungyevo starting to request in these other huts, which I'm absolutely positive there is no need to have two of them. I will make the two of them, but I just don't understand why we need to. Well, that Sungyevo now got in all of those secondary huts, and I see she's already placed them down. We are 90% done with the build now, just placing down some more fences, and Elspeth is still dicking around in the water. I don't know if we can already come in and, say, construct these buildings now that this platform is nearly ready. Yes, apparently we can. Okay, good. So technically I don't even need to wait on this platform getting up. We can move in straight away and construct these buildings, of which the level 1 rabbit hutch looks fairly straightforward. In fact, they all are, to be fair. So fingers crossed they will construct these buildings pretty quickly. And look at this. This is how you properly contain all of your animals. A inner pen with an outer pen, just so that they can't escape, and clearly also to keep me from closing gates. None of this flooding my entire colony full of chickens at least. Yeah, this is pretty much all they do, just bobbing up and down in the water when they should be sorting it. This is why these buildings take so bloody long to do. Oh, and fantastic. Just exactly what I wanted.